Hi everyone, my name is Benaiah Wepundi. I'm from the Republic of Kenya. So campus is one of the most exciting experience in a person's life. For you to have a wholesome campus experience, finding the right place to stay is essential. And I believe most of you agree with this. Now, let me tell you a bit of my story. I come from Kakamega County, which is 200 kilometers from Nairobi, where I study. For me to find accommodation in Nairobi, I had to move from Kakamega, travel, and move around in Nairobi where I know nobody, and I literally don't know the place for a whole 2 days. And I can assure you the place I ended up staying in was not of the quality that I expected. Now, this is a story that most of you here can relate to. In a bit to solve this problem, we had conversations with property owners and hostel owners, and we figured out that the problem is even bigger than what we expected. Hostel owners have a problem or face a challenge when it comes to collecting rent payments because they have to collect payments from various channels. They also have a problem when it comes to collecting records and managing vacancies in their properties. So here is where the sweet part comes. We're building Easy House, which is a platform that enables campus students to search, book, and pay for accommodation seamlessly and conveniently. And at the same time, property owners are able to collect their rent and keep records of their properties on the cloud. Who are we building this for? So we have over 1.3 million campus students across the EAC who do not have direct access to accommodation because we have institutions with accommodation options, but they're not necessarily adequate. So we want to link this 1.3 million campus students to accommodation options. And you see, this is a step closer to integrating in the EAC, because if I'm from Uganda and I'm moving to Kenya to study, it is not a challenge for me to find accommodation in Kenya, whether or not I know the country. On top of that, we are targeting the over $250 million, which is processed in rent every semester across the East African community. How are we making money from this? So because we are building a solution to solve a problem, we are only charging a 3% booking fee to the students because basically we're in the business of selling trust and convenience to them. For the property owners, we are charging them $20 a monthly subscription of $20 for the management system and the bookkeeping system. What have we been able to do? Now, so far we've been able to build our management system. So basically you can manage your hostels on our system. And we are 70% done with our booking system, which we intend to launch in the next 1 month. On top of that, we've signed 9 key partnerships with universities across Nairobi, which are which face the challenge of accommodation mostly. On top of that, we're in a partnership with a Ugandan listing platform known as MiaUG, and we're also in talks with one Tanzanian institution. So basically, we're East Africa already. We have, in our waiting list at the moment, we have over 31 hostels with a total bed capacity of 1,000, and we have 257 student hostel requests for the August semester. Now, as you can see, that is a snapshot of our management system, and that is what our listing system is looking like. So what do we plan to do in the next few days and months? By June 15th, we intend to have over 150 listings in Nairobi and Kampala because of our partner, MiaUG. And by August, we intend to have at least 1,500 bookings on our platform. So basically, we intend to link over 1,500 students to accommodation. On top of that, by March 2023, we intend to process at least 250,000 USD in rent and expand to 4 East African countries by May 2023, and we're at 3 already, so good speed. Who is making this possible? I am Benaiah Wepundi. I am in charge of product, growth, and strategy. I have a development background. We have Linda Gikunda, who is in charge of finance and operations. She has a background in law and accounting. And then we have Nicole Adebe, who is in charge of sales and marketing. She is a people's person, being a student of education, and she also has a background in sales. What are we looking for? So primarily, we are looking for a strategic partnership with IUSEA to be able to scale across and reach campuses across East Africa. And we're also looking for $2,000 in funding to be able to grow and market our products. So we welcome you to join us as we build the Airbnb of student accommodation in East Africa. Thank you.
Hello. I'm very curious to hear about your marketing strategy. If you're targeting 3 regions per se, how are you going to attract and retain the students? Because also they have a habit of maybe if they find an issue with one accommodation, they easily shift to another one. And then also remember the referral network system, you know, and they have a very strong presence on social media. So how are you going to actually attract the students, retain them, and also increase?
Very interesting question. So primarily, we have a very strong social media presence. You can actually check out or just Google Easy House Africa and you'll find us. You'll see the awesome work we are doing with universities across. So with the 9 universities we've partnered with in Kenya, we have student ambassadors. And we also do, we're planning to do activations in these universities and partner with the student bodies because we know that this is a problem faced by students. It's a problem we faced as students ourselves. So the first point of solving this problem is being with the students themselves. And on top of that, scaling across East Africa, as I mentioned, we are looking to partner with IUSEA, and we've already partnered with MIAUG in Uganda. We know that partnerships are key to making it. So that is what we intend to leverage partnerships to be able to grow and scale in many countries and solve as many problems, the problem in as many countries as possible.
Thank you so much. I was wondering, how do you do like landlord verification to actually ensure, because we have these brokers who don't own any house, but they can list properties, like fictitious properties on the platform, and people end up signing up without really knowing, and they are tricked because they are paid money immediately. So this is number one. Number two, quickly, with this platform, so there will be, it can be a solution even for people who are not students. So will it be limited, or it can even expand to people who are not university students?
Thank you. So for the listings and verifying, actually let me just disclose this. The hostel, the place that I ended up staying, I was directed by an agent, and it was not the place they told me it was. And so building this product, we were conscious of that fact. So basically we are doing physical verification of the listings ourselves. So on a normal day, you'll find me and my team moving around and verifying the hostels that we intend to list out to these students. Now, with regards to expanding to allowing listings of hostels and such, I'd use an example of a startup in Uganda, SafeBoda. SafeBoda started as a ride-hailing platform. They're now doing fintech. So I believe that for a startup, there is no bound to the level of which you can grow. So there is so much more that we can do. We can even be the super app for campus students. So there is so much we can do. And I agree, that is definitely an opportunity we will consider venturing into. Thank you.
You talked about like getting a cut from the students. Does that mean that students will pay you and then you give the property owners afterwards?
Oh yes.
And if so, how do you ensure that there is that follow-up that landlords normally do? Like, do you pay on time? Do you such kind of stuff?
Yeah, so basically, this is one system. The booking system and the management system is one. So once you book, you're onboarded as a tenant on the manager system. So essentially, if you make a payment, it goes directly to the property owner. Now, with regards to reminders, our system automatically reminds the students or the tenants to pay their rent. And we also have a network of physical agents because we intend to build a system whereby as a property owner, I can build hostels in Kenya, move to Rwanda, and the hostels can actually run and sustain themselves entirely.
If your payment goes to the property owners, how do you get the 3%?
The same way, when you book an Airbnb, the payment, like, it is automatically deducted by the system. When you make a payment, the 3% is automatically deducted for us.
I had a question for you. So in terms of risk, what are some of the things you're seeing as a risk when it comes to managing this platform and all the different stakeholders on there?
Security and trust.
Okay, so thank you so much, Easy House. You can think about that question actually as you go.